What's up, my brother? What's up?
What's going on, bro? What's going on?
Hey, man, just trying to live.
Hey, I feel you. I feel you. I feel
Hey,
you. I feel you.
You know the old saying, if you can't live, that's it.
That's oh shit. Hey, and now that's a joke. Now that's a joke. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we want to welcome to America After Dark Saturday Night Late Show with I am Bernard Brown and he is James Brown. We are the most funniest people in the world. We not no comedian, but we just say funny. We say funny what?
Funny.
There you go. There
That's
you go.
it.
There you go. I know y'all had. Hey, trust me. I know it's sad tonight. You could be somewhere else doing whatever you want to do, but you're just sitting here and you know what time it is. That's why you're sitting here 9:00 p.m. watching us because we do what?
We say funny.
There you go. There you go. Hey, welcome, boy. It's gonna be a great show tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, after the show, we got to be at the airport 2 a.m. to fly out to South Beach.
Hey, we going to South Beach. We going to South Beach, y'all.
So we'll see y'all there.
That's right. South Beach. Y'all about to, boy, we about to act a fool. We got the Brown boys coming to South. We got all 3 of the Brown boys.
Woo. Hey, if they can't beat us there, Bernard, beat us there.
There you go. There you go. American Airline flight. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, man, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want y'all to share. I want y'all to call your mama, your daddy, your brother, and sister. We got a good show tonight.
Hey, you catching American Airline?
I'm catching American Airline.
Okay, I'm going on Soul Plane. We pull out at 2:08.
Is your boy gonna be on there?
Really 2:00, but you know, we black people time on Soul Train, so we'll probably pull out about 2:30.
So your boy gonna be on there? What his name? What's
Snoop Dogg?
Huh?
Snoop Dogg
and the other one.
Kevin Hart.
He gonna be on Soul?
Yeah, it's Kevin Hart Airline.
Hey, but guess who I'm gonna be on with American Airlines, James?
Who?
America.
That's a touchdown.
America. That's a touchdown. America. Trust me. Hey, we want to thank y'all. Like I said, we want to thank our producer, Mr. Julius Hall. We want to thank y'all for just tuning in on us tonight. Like I said, you know, hey, we gonna pull out in the next couple hours when we head to the airport. But we want to make sure we give y'all a great show. And hey, we the one and only Brown boys. We do it.
Hey, boy. Hey, you really love your fans to give them a show before you fly out, man. That's dedication. That's dedication to all your fans around the world.
Trust me, Jane. Trust me.
Around the world.
Man, Jane, who doing this besides us? Who?
Hey, I'm glad I saw you with your glasses on. I gotta try to find my glasses, but I'll find them during the break.
Hey, I know this is gonna be a good show. And you know, I know I'm gonna get emotional, so I'm gonna put my glasses on. And man, South Beach, here we come. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. I think I'm okay. James, this is what I got. I got a special show. I got my special people behind me. I got my mama over here. I got mama, and then I got Tanya over here. Tanya. There you go. And those 2 shorties right there. Yeah. Hey, so we good to go, man. Like I said, I'm glad you decided, you know, to tune in with us and tune in with me. And you know, we're gonna do this thing. I see you got the little Bob Marley and everything.
Yeah, one love, man. One love. That's all we got up in here.
Hey, I want to run down the little agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all just don't know. We have the one and only exclusive interview. Hey, we have an exclusive interview that y'all been waiting on.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, yes. We're going to have the interview of Ice Corner. Ice going to interview the one and only America After Dark, funky, messy.
Who interviewing you?
Cornel West.
How you get Cornel West to interview you?
Man, Cornel West called me and he said, America. I said, yes, sir. He said, I want to interview you. I said, why? He said, because you're very important and you're doing great things.
Man, I got to go Shannon Sharp on you on this one. How you got Cornel West?
Cornel West, boy.
Boy.
Jay, hey, Jay. Hey, this is what we gonna do. I want to, hey, all the comments that y'all bring in, y'all can bring the comments and I'll address them later, but I'm not going to address them during the time. I thank y'all for always showing us love, always doing what y'all do, always supporting our Black Media Network, always supporting all our shows, and especially always supporting America After Dark with Bernard Brown, James Brown, we the Brown brothers. We reincarnation this show, and boy, we kicking it. James.
Hey, it's your show. I'm just a guest. I'm just a fly on the wall.
Hey, but you know what? That fly on the wall, he ain't no comedian, but he say something what?
Funny.
There you go.
And he's drinking some sangria.
There you go. Mr. Producer, let's get started. First things first. Hey, JB, this is what I'm going to do here. You know, first thing first, I'm going to go on a serious note. I want to get your opinion about what's going on in this country. Normally, we don't do the politics, but I just want to do this here for a reason. On a serious note, how do you feel about, Ms. Harris running for president? And how do you feel about Biden dropping out? So we want to clear something up. Everybody want to know what we feel about that.
Well, first of all, I just want to say rest in peace, Biden, on your dropout in your retirement. 82 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty up there in age trying to run a country. I can't even run my household. I can imagine trying to run a country.
Hey, you say that again.
But I send my condolences to the Biden family, to him and Bo, and the dog and the rest of the family, and hope that he have a good retirement. And then we'll see what the young lady's gonna do. She's gonna bring in a lot of votes from the blacks. She's gonna bring in a lot of votes from the LGP and the alphabet letter people. They're gonna bring in a lot of votes. So I wish her well. You gotta choose somebody, Democrat or Republican. They're not doing anything for any one of us at this point. So I guess change is good. It'd be nice to see a first African-American woman in the White House. And it's going to be that way, or it's going to be Trump and whoever it is. We just have to give them our prayers and hope that they do the best for this country. Get us in the right direction, even though you better try to get your own house in order and get it in the right direction. If you're waiting on anyone else to do it for you, you're in a sad situation. But that's politics, brother. That's politics. So let's just whoever wins, let's pray that they try to do the right thing for all people of color. And y'all might have a better shot at all people in color with Kamala. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I never did like her, but she's running, so we'll see. That's all.
So let me ask you a question.
Let me ask
you a question. So tell me, because there's a lot of black people say, "Don't tell me why you don't like her." Tell me why.
Well, I ain't never liked the agenda. I ain't never liked what she was running for. I ain't never liked what she's sort of a puppet. And she's been that way for a long time. She ain't got her own. She don't have her own voice, and most vice presidents really don't have their own voice. But now that she's running, she's going to be the first lady in charge. So I hope she's able to use her own independence, her own voice, and carry us into the next generation of kids aspiring to be president. And it's going to be left up to her to change that narrative. So forget about what I thought about her. This is where she at now. So show me something to get that out of my mind about the past or what I thought about you. Put your best high heels on, do your job if you get elected, and let's take this ride and see where we go.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm like this here. I respect your opinion.
And I'm just being honest. I ain't never jumped up and throw some pom-poms for her.
Nah.
But we're gonna see what she's gonna do.
Yeah. And I respect your opinion. And I want to address something here that happened on Wednesday night. And I want to address this. I want to address a situation that happened. And first of all, I want to apologize to all my people that follow us on Our Black Media. I want to apologize to my colleagues. I want to apologize to everybody that support Our Black Media Network. Sometime in life, James, you have to stand up for what you believe in, right? And you can't and you can't let nobody change you who you are. Okay, I've been this since I was 4 years old, and at the end of the day, I had a moment. And
well, you know,
yeah, and I'm like this here. Don't crucify me for having a moment, okay? Because at the end of the day, I'm passionate about what I say. And if I'm 62 years old and I'm passionate, then so be it. It is what it is. But one thing you can't say when you talk about Bernard Brown, that he's fake. He keeping it real. He making sure, because a lot of people can't handle the real stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Canal West going to be interviewing you, so hopefully he'll ask you some of those questions.
Yeah, right. Oh, I'm gonna let that go, but I'm gonna say this here. I think she's the right person for the job. Who else around? I think she's the right person, and I want to give Biden just praise that he's looked and say, you know what? I don't think I can do this no more. Okay, and people always say, well, she married to a white man. Well, I've been. Shit. At the end of the day, the next time I get married in this world, when I come back, I'm gonna marry a white woman. So what's the difference?
Man? Who cares who you love?
I know it.
What do we always say about that word? We got to give it to them on the count of 3.
Let's give it to them.
1, 2, 3. When you think of love, you make me want to lose my mind.
Make you want to lose your mind.
When you think of love, hey, marry who you want to marry.
Marry who you want.
If that person make you happy, Bernard, then so be it. If John want to marry Jones, if Sandra want to marry Karen, hey, let them folks be happy and worry about your own life. You got enough mess going on in your own life than to be worried about what's going on in somebody else's house. Right. Let everybody clean their own house. Because at the end of the day, when we all gone, we're going to be judged. So, hey, enjoy yourself, enjoy the people you with, and leave it at that.
That's all we can say. You're right. One thing about us, James, we don't see color, we see people. We got so many nationalities in our family at the end of the day. So we can't be sitting here say, oh, I don't like the white man, I don't like the white woman, the Asian, the Puerto Rican. We got all that in our family. So at the end of the day, if we come together as a country and stand by this woman, I don't care what color she is, stand by this woman and fight for her to become the next president of the United States. Because if that other one get in there, we're going to be in trouble. 2025, we're going to be in trouble at the end of the day.
I think she's going to be all right. I just got off my ticker because, you know, you usually on the ticker, you usually get that phone call. I just got a phone call. And my wife running for vice president.
Your wife?
Yeah, Kamala Harris just picked her as a running mate.
Oh, shit, man. Well, so, that's a good ticket.
Yeah.
That's a good ticket.
So hopefully she probably declined.
No. Tell her don't decline.
Yeah, she got to decline because who's going to do all the cooking and cleaning? Bang!
Okay. All right. But that's good. Like I say, welcome to the show. And the next thing is, Mr. Producer, you're doing good. You're doing good. Like I said, like this here, I want to ask yourself. I want you to ask yourself, to myself.
Hey, ask yourself.
Hey, man, James, you know what? Oof, I'm getting emotional.
Just put your glasses on.
Oh, let me put my glasses on. Hold on. Let me put my glasses on.
Get all this out the way before you actually get into the show.
There you go.
There you go.
Man.
Now you can get emotional.
Now I get emotional. I asked myself, man, when I'm gonna be able to suck some toes, man. I haven't had no toes in a long time. I had some neck bones, I had some pork chop, but when I'm gonna suck some toes, man, I'm it's hurting.
You know what? I was laying in the bed the other night, and I was thinking about you, and I was just wondering when you gonna eventually suck some toes. That was on my mind.
And shit,
it pretty much was on pretty much everybody in the household. It was on their mind.
Hey, and you know what? I'm asking myself that too, man. We'll get on that part on the interview because it's going deep. It's gonna be a deep interview with Cornel West. It's gonna be everything. Everything is on the table, on the plate. Whatever he's gonna ask me, I'm gonna ask it. But I don't want him to get too personal, but personal. So at the end of the day, we might as well go ahead and start this thing off right. I got one more question. Hey, JB, hot off the press. What you got hot off the press? Talk to
man,
me.
I tell you what I got hot off the press. I'm high, and this is an emotional moment for me as well. I'm highly upset with those two officers that killed Sonia Massey in her home in Chicago. Now, from what I was told, I don't know if it was she had some type of mental illness. Trying to understand what the officers were saying. That was one take on it. But then they say that she was coming at her with a pot. But I actually saw the video today, and that was just straight up murder. Straight up murder. For him to kill that young lady, and all she did was just said something up to the nature of about God, and I revoke you, I'm gonna pray for you, or something to that nature. And she had in fact, she didn't even have the pot in her hand, and she called 911 because she thought some intruder was hanging around the house trying to break in. She called 911, Bernard, and the officers end up killing her. And here we go again with Crump have to show up at another black person house on this occasion. And it just makes me wonder who's next.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I have to call my son, call my friends, call my nieces and nephews and tell them to be careful because it's like we a target.
Yeah.
We can't even call 911.
Yeah.
You know, and I know everybody want to defund the police, but yeah, we need them. But there's a lot of bad ones out there, Bernard. There's a lot of bad ones out there. And there's a lot of good ones that wouldn't have went that route. So my prayers goes out to Mrs. Massey family and friends, and hope that Crump can get a justice because he always get justice for everyone. But I don't want him to come to my house. You know, I don't want him to come to my friend's house. I don't want him to come to nobody's house I know, because if I get a call and say Crump at some of my family and friends' house, then I know it's not a good day. So I pray I don't get that call, and I pray that nobody get that call. I don't want to put the man out of business, but put the man out of business so he don't have to keep coming to our houses after something like this.
Right. And one thing I'm going to say about that is, I mean, they shot this woman in the face. And for
he said he was going to do it.
Yeah. For you, and you seeing him, this young man, big, I mean, I'm like, for you to shoot this woman in the face and then got a nerve to tell this other dude whatever he said to him, it's a crisis. I'm having a moment, y'all. I'm having a moment. And for that to happen is a damn disgrace. It's like our lives don't matter to nobody. To nobody. Not the Asian, not the white folk, not the Puerto Rican, not the Chinese, not the nobody. And it was a prime example, James, that they showing us that we don't matter. But we as black folks can't come together to have a damn picnic.
But you know what, Bernard? Even when we want to try to do the right thing, you have to think about it first before you do the right thing. Prime example, I had a neighbor, elderly lady, got locked out of her house, like she got dementia. It was a white lady next door. She just moved in with her relatives because she was up in age and got dementia. She got locked out of the house, Bernard. And I was out in the garage cleaning out the garage, and I looked and I saw her. So I walked across the street and asked her, was she okay? And she said she got locked out the house and she can't get in touch with her loved ones to try to help her. And she said, well, do you have a phone? So I gave her the phone, but she couldn't think of the number because of the Alzheimer's or dementia. She had something. That's what I later found out. And I said, you know anybody on Facebook I can reach out to? So I pulled up some folks on Facebook, and she said, that's it. That's the person there. I said, well, that's a black person. She said, hold on. That's her there. I said, well, that's an Asian person. Now, you sure that's just your loved ones?
Right.
And so she asked me, she said, can you go around in the back of the house? There's a window that's up. Can you go around in the back of the house and see if you can get in the house for me so I can get in? And I couldn't do that, Bernard. Not as a black man trying to jump into a white person's house and they come home and see me and I end up getting shot. Even though you want to do the right thing, sometimes you can't even do the right thing.
Right.
And they showed up. They showed up probably about 15 minutes later. I stayed out there with her, gave her some water, made sure she was dehydrated, gave her some water. But it's like, even when you want to reach out and do the right thing,
right.
You just don't know what might happen.
Yeah.
Looking like me going through somebody else's window.
Yeah.
So we living on edge, living on stepping on what's called crates, stepping on crates.
A banana, a banana
slipping on a banana, or walking on cotton.
Yeah.
We have to be really careful the way we navigate ourselves in this country.
Yeah.
And it's a shame we have to do that, but
it is.
That's what we have to do.
Yeah, it is. But one thing I want to say this here too, James, is this. Can you not call me Bernard? Because the ladies call me Bernard and I'm getting a little horny. And I don't need you to call me Bernard when I'm horny. Just call me America. I appreciate it. Okay.
I'm gonna call you America because I got you at a vulnerable time.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to touch me.
Don't touch me. Hey, so Miss Producer, let's get right this here. We're going to get on to the #1 interview that America's waiting on. And we're going to go to, what we call it? We're going to go to a message. And we'll be right back with Kanye West, the one and only 101 with America After Dark. And we'll be right back.
Let me go get him out the dressing room.
Just go get him. Go get him out the dressing room and tell him to come on in right after this beautiful message.
Need your garments cleaned with care and with a professional touch? Then bring them to One Price Cleaners in Garden City at the Old Farmers Market on Highway 80. Service you can count on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome to the one and only Saturday Night Late Show with America After Dark. Bernard Brown, and a.k.a. the one and only Judge Ike. We the Brown Brothers. We here to show y'all a good time on Saturday night. I know y'all could be somewhere else. We want y'all to share. I see all y'all comments. And like I said, I'm going to do this here. I'm going to address all y'all comments through email and everything. And I want to welcome y'all to the show tonight. The one and only, the exclusive interview that y'all been waiting on. Hey, and I have a young man here. His name is Kanye West. And he called me. He called me, say, America, I want to interview you because you seem like you's a very important, unique person, and people taking you taking your kindness for weakness. But we want to let them know, and I want to let them know this him before we get the interview. Hey, I'm unapologetic, I'm unfiltered, unbelievable, unfortunate, I'm real, I'm outspoken, very controversial, I'm cocky, I'm very arrogant, I'm in beast mode, and I'm funny as hell. Case closed. I just want to get that out there. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Kanye West. Thank you. I appreciate it. Everything is on the table. Whatever you want to ask me, you ask me, and I have the right to answer the question. Welcome to America After Dark with Bernard Brown, aka James Brown. How you doing?
Hey, thank you, my freedom fighter brother. I appreciate you for having him on the show, man. Glad to be here. Glad to be a part of this acclamation. Glad to be a part of this vocalization, detonation, modulation, and collaboration with you on your show, my brother. So good to be here. Man, I've been studying everything about you. You know, I've been watching your show for quite some time, and I think it's the most powerful, the most inspirational, the most educational, the most collaboration show that's out here today. So we're going to jump right on into it. I hope all hands off. I can ask you just about anything, my African brother, and hope that I don't offend you on anything. So I want to welcome all your audience, you know, all my brothers and sisters in the Gaza Strip in the West Bank. I hope that they are joining in today for this interview. So we're going to get this thing kicked off and started. First of all, I'm interviewing this young man. Let me give you a little rundown on him if you don't mind. He's a father, an uncle, a big brother, a former caregiver, and a widow for the late Tanya Brown, former girls basketball coach, a retiree at Crawford Long Hospital in the catheterization lab, semi-pro player, attended Fort Valley for 2 years, owner of Top Flight Sports Coat in Swanee, Georgia, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram sensation, a frequent guest on the All Black Media Show, host of his own show, this show here, my brothers, America After Dark. This young man done interviewed Keisha Carter, who was running for mayor of Savannah, Julius Hall, who was running for mayor of Port Whitworth. Man, this guy got his own late night show after dark called Messy. He's a philanthropist, always giving. He's a freedom fighter. He's my brother, aka Bernard Brown, Razor, America After Dark. How you doing, my brother?
Are you talking about me?
Did I do you justice?
Oh man, hey, I would love for you to run down that again, but damn boy, hey, man, you did your research.
Man, if I had the time, if I had the recalculation and the determination and the motivation to do it, I would, my brother. But I want to jump right into you, my freedom fighter brother.
I appreciate it.
So my first question for you, tell me a little about your upbringing so that the audience can get some insight, some clarification, some pathological feelings about you as a child growing up. Was you just misunderstood as a child?
Well, that was a good question. You know what? I'm going to do this for you, Mr. West. I'm going to take my glasses off because I'm not going to lie. And this the God in heaven truth. I know this interview was coming, and I've been nervous all day. I have been nervous all day, and they always say if you get up at age and you nervous about something, that means you passionate about it. I had a great mama. I had a great dad. I had a great upbringing with my brothers and my sisters. And most of all, man, my faith in God is everything to me, because when I was born, I only weighed 2 pounds. On August the 13th, 1962. And the doctor told my mama, say, hey, I don't think he gonna live past 12 o'clock tonight. I was born at 8 p.m. And she was like, nah, not my baby. You know what I'm saying? And hey, God know everything. The doctor don't know it. God know it. So look at me now, Mr. West. I'm 6'2", 205 pounds. I'll be 62 years old in a couple weeks. I've been blessed. My mama, this is my mama over here. I want to do this interview with the 2 most important women in my life that raised me. It's like this here. Mama raised me, and my wife Tanya Bell finished it off. So I had great brothers and sisters. I had great, you know, it's been a journey. And let me tell you this, Tim, before we get into it. I was a badass since I was 4 years old. So when people misunderstand me or I'm crazy or whatever, it just me, man. I had Mr. West. I already had an edge to me because I was in an anchor bed for 2 years. And my daddy told me, he said, son, if I didn't love you, I would have pulled the plug because you cost me a lot of money. And when he told me that, I don't know if he told me that as a joke. I don't know what he said, but, you know, he said it. You know, I didn't get offensive, but I carry that chip on my shoulder and like, okay, well, I'll show you. I'll show you. Okay. So if I cost you some, you know, some electricity or whatever, then I'm gonna pay you back. And at the end of the day, I took care of him. I took care of my mom. I did whatever it takes for me to take care of my mama because she took care of me when I couldn't take care of myself.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, my brother. You know, seemed like you was just misunderstood from where I'm coming from. You seem like a gentle young man, and I'm sorry that your dad wanted to pull the plug on you. You know, but speaking of pulling the plug, I heard that you pulled the plug yesterday in a heated argument with a guest on an all-black network. Can you collaborate on the energy and the display and the hard-headed approach that you encountered doing that collaboration and miscommunication with that guest?
You know what?
In other words, my freedom fighter brother, did the guest piss you off?
I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, everything you asking me, Mr. West, is you know, everything is everything. And you must be watched the show. It was on the Rabble, and I had a moment. But I'm like this here, Mr. West. If you start something with me, I'm a damn sure gonna finish it. And it's like this him. Don't talk to me. Don't talk down at me. Talk with me. And that's the most embarrassing thing that you can do is to talk down at somebody when you don't know that person. So I just went off. I say some things I shouldn't have said. I call her a name that I shouldn't call her because I wouldn't call my mama, my daughter, my sister, and all that. And I apologize. But one thing I say is this here: I'm not gonna be on a podcast with somebody that I really don't too much care for because I'm real. I don't, you know, not bad mind anybody like that, but just me. And I it was a comment that was said at the end, and I seen it say that the show was great, but Bernard he's disrespectful. Hey, trust me, don't tell me I'm disrespectful if you don't know me. So basically, the bottom line, Mr. West, keep your comment to yourself. Only person can judge me is God. Behind closed doors, you don't know what was going on at the end of the day. So I didn't, you know, I see that end, and I want to thank my brother Julius Hall for defending me because, like he said, if he felt like I was out of line, he would have let me know, like he always did for almost 50 years. So that's what happened. I didn't appreciate what was going on, and I had to defend myself. And if I want to, like I said, I would apologize to my colleagues. I want to apologize to everybody that support our black media, but I'm not going to apologize, Mr. West, on something that I felt like I was right. Don't ever in your life talk down to me. Talk to me. And that's what happened.
Well, I'm glad you got brothers like Brother Hall on your side. And like you say, you don't want people talking down on you. I can understand that because I don't want people talking down on me. So speaking of talking down on you, my brother, what brought on this phenomenon and this platform America? What is the what, who, when, why, and where, and how America was created? Was it created out of sadness, boredom, happiness? What created America? What made you America?
Well, that's a good question. And you know what? right here, right here, right here.
And who is
right
that,
here,
my brother?
right here.
Who is
This
that?
right here. This right here.
Who is that young lady?
This is my wife that passed away 9 years ago. Her name is Tanya Bell Brown.
Rest in peace.
And this what created America. I love her. She will always be with me through thick and thin. She gave me the best thing in the world, was my child. And I'm gonna tell you, how it all began and how America came to be America. So I'm gonna just sit her. Let me put her back on the wall, if you don't mind, Mr. West.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Oh, I done turned everything over. Hold on, Mr. West.
Long as you don't drop her.
I know it. Hold on, Mr. West. I'm coming. Hold on, Mr. West. I got everything going on. I'm sorry. Mr. West, I just got all over the place, Mr. West. Can you see me?
I can see you, my brother.
I'm sorry. I just got emotional. Let me put baby girl back up there.
And that's what this interview is all about. It's about you getting emotional. It's about you getting feelings for yourself. It's about you just doing whatever you want to do. It's all about that. So do you want to finish collaborating on what brought you in on as America?
So this would happen. Back in 2013, Miss Bell, my wife, was in the hospital at Crawford Long Emory Hospital, the best hospital in the world. I spent 20 years at Crawford Long Hospital in the cath lab. It was the most beautiful 20 years I ever had in my life. And the doctor came in the room and said, Bernard, because they called me by friend, they said, Bernard, I don't think your wife gonna live in the next hour. And I said, no, I don't want to hear it. Get out the room. I don't want to hear anything. Please, I don't want to hear it, And so the pastor, they was coming down there. They was ready to pray for me and everything. I said, look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I don't want to hear it. Trust me. And I told him, I said, look here, come back in the morning. So Tanya was in the bed and she was asleep and I was laying on the floor. So let me tell you this here, Jane. My baby was in the bed and I was sleeping on the floor next to her. And one of my friends said, hey, told me a while, I said, why don't you get on Facebook? And I was like, man, I ain't got time for all that. I ain't got time for Facebook. So it said, well, I said, okay, you know what? So I was on the floor, James, and I was clicking and I was like, got on Facebook and one of my partners, his son, Dr. Harris. He's a white guy, Dr. Harris' son at Emory. He said, hey, his son, we was best of friends. And he texted me, he said, hey, Bernard, I heard your wife in the hospital. Hard time don't last forever. I love you. And I'm like, wow. And so it kept coming in. The message kept coming in. What got me through there is when he said, Bernard, hard time don't last forever. And I kept that. And so many people, Jane, was just like reaching out to me. I didn't know their names, so I said, you know what? America. That's where I said, I'm going to call it America. Y'all know this. I kept saying America this and America that and America this, America that. Even my lowest moment in my life, knowing that my wife probably not going to live overnight, I found social media, Facebook, and kept me going. You know what I'm saying? So that's where America came in when I said I didn't want to mess nobody's name up. And I said, America this and America that. But this would happen. They told me, say, she ain't going to let. I said, let me tell you something right now. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get my wife. I'm going to check her out, CCU, and I'm going to take her home. And they said, Bernard, you can't do that. They can't. And they called the head doctor, Dr. Lehman. They called him and said, hey, Bernard said he taking his wife out of. Ain't nobody ever left CCU and went home. They were either left CCU and go to a room or whatever. I said, no, I'm taking my wife right now. I called the ambulance. I got her out of there. They brought her home, and I took care of her until she passed away. And I'm like, look, I don't need nobody to come to my house taking care of my wife. I give her shots. I clean her. I fix her hair. I check her temperature. I did a blood pressure, everything. And to be honest, James, I didn't want nobody to bring all that devilness in my house. I don't know these people. The only person I let in my house was the therapist, your physical therapist, and the guy that come in and draw blood from her and check her, make sure, everything is going good, protein and all that. But that's where America came at, man. It was like my lowest moment, and I won't regret anything that I did for my wife. And it was, that's why I tell Mr. West, that's why I tell people, you don't know me, so you can't judge me. So shut up. Period. What man that you think would go through all that and keep a smile on his face and know they had to take care of his wife and his daughter?
I tell you, that's a beautiful thing, man. I'm my brother, you lost your beautiful angel.
Yes.
I really am sorry. And my condolence goes out to you. And I hope you keep your head up and keep doing what you're doing and stay grounded. I know it was an emotional moment there, and it was just on my agenda to ask you that question. And I know how emotional these type of things get,
Yeah.
Even though you called me Jane twice, and
I'm sorry.
you said it yourself.
Sorry.
You said it yourself. You'll mess up a name, but I wasn't going to interrupt you, my brother, because you was on an emotional high. And I was going to just let you get that off your chest and gravitate, facilitate, and depreciate on everything you needed to say, my brother. So my heart goes out to you.
I appreciate it, Mr. West.
You keep on being America.
I appreciate it, Mr. West.
That beautiful lady behind you, since she is no longer here, that's going to lead me into another segue into this question. Tell me about your love life now. Are you a committed 62-year-old, or are you just a freak? Because the word on the street is that you're taking up resident at the strip club. And I just want to just know for sure. I know you had an emotional moment, but I want to give you these tough questions to ask. If you can make it through this interview, my Caucasian, my African American, my Asian, my mulatto brother.
Hey, Mr. West, you really trying to get in, but I say everything on the. I say,
hey, you said everything was on the table, my brother. But Mama always told me, if something on the table, you better eat it.
Mama, right? I eat everything on the table. Hot legs, hot wings.
Yeah.
But
I just want to know: are you a committed young man at 62? Are you just a straight up freak, like they say on the streets?
Well, you know what? I was.
Because the streets talk.
I was committed to this young lady. Her name is Vanity Shorty. I've been committed to her for about 6 years. Beautiful young lady. We had our ups and downs. And I can say this here: the whole 6 years.
Excuse me, my brother. You said Vanity?
Vanity, yeah.
Yeah, I think I know that young lady.
Wait a minute now. Where you know her from, Wes?
Yeah, I think I met her at a party in D.C. at a political rally.
Well, Mr. West, there's a lot of vanity out there. It may be, but I don't think this is this one now. Mr. West, I don't think it's this one.
Okay, hey, my brother.
Hey, did she spell it? Does she start off with an E or she start off with an S?
Well, the funny thing is about it is she didn't start off at all.
Okay.
We left all the alphabet. We left all the letters in the alphabet out.
Okay, Mr. West, I'm gonna let you have that. But can I finish?
Go ahead, my brother.
And so, like I said, one thing I say that the whole 6 years been nothing but like fantastic. We, you know what I'm saying? But if sometime, man, you outgrow each other, and at the end of the day, so right now, I can say I'm a freak. I'm single, and I don't want to mingle, but hey, I ain't got no choice, man. I ain't got no choice, Mr. West.
Hey, man. And this leading up to my next question, my brother. My freedom fighter brother at that. So why can't you find love? And my thing is, are you looking in all the wrong places? Are you just happy with the current places that you're looking in?
Good question, Mr. West. Good question. I'm not looking for love. I'm not looking for love, man. I'm gonna be honest, Mr. West. I'm I'm just out here having a good time and enjoying life, enjoying my daughter and my other daughters. I'm like, I'm not ready. You know what? I've been with 2 black women my whole life. One for 37 years, one for 6 years. I don't want no more, man. I'm tired. I'm wore out. I just want to have fun and drop my pants and just have a good time.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, my brother. Nothing wrong with that.
I want to drop my pants.
Nothing wrong with that, my brother. There's a beautiful sister out there for you somewhere. Unfortunately, I got a white wife, but the sister is out there for you, my brother.
And Mr. West, can I clear something up?
Go ahead, my brother.
I'm a rainbow coalition. I don't care what color it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? It
That's
can be
what I'm talking
white,
about.
black, Puerto Rican, Chinese, whatever. Whoever God bring me, that's the one I'm gonna go jump in the pot with.
There you go, my brother. And speaking of jumping in the pot, if I ask 100 people who is America, what would they say, my brother? Because the pot is getting hot up in here.
I guarantee you, Mr. West. Good question. Man, you got some good old questioning, man. I'm like, I'm glad they sent you to do, because you're the right person to interview me, Mr. West, and I appreciate it.
No problem, my brother, because I knew it was going to be fantastic with clinification, generation, hastenation, qualification, facilitation, and all other words out there that I can think of to make this interview the best ever.
Hey, you know what? You saying some words that I don't understand, but I appreciate it.
But I understand them.
One thing that people can say about me, and the first word come to their mind is honesty. He's an honest person. He's unapologetic, and he's outspoken. You know, he's gonna tell it like it is. He's gonna sugarcoat it. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell the truth and let the truth set you free. I'm gonna always be me, Mr. West. I'm gonna always be me. Rather, some people don't like real. Some people don't like things that come out my mouth and I keep it real. But at the end of the day, only person can judge me, like Tupac said, Mr. West. God can judge me, and I don't care what nobody else see. You know what I'm saying? My family love me, my daughter, my friends, and that's all what matters to me. And I tell them this here, Mr. West. Whenever I leave this world, only thing I want them to say one thing about me. Hey, he was a good man. Period.
That's what I'm talking about, my brother. And I want to piggyback on what you just said about there's one thing that you want people to know about you. There's one thing I want the people to know. Shepherd Gas Food Mart, 1302 West Stiles Avenue. Don't drive by, stop by. The only black-owned gas station in Chatham County. Gas, lottery, newspaper, food, and more. That's Shepherd, Bernard. So I don't know where you get your gas from, but here in D.C., I get my gas from the most qualified, the most tentation, the most revelation, the most indication gas station in the world. That's BP, my brother.
Boy, hey, like I said, man, you, and this what we gonna do, Mr. West. Hey,
go ahead, my brother.
It's been, hey, man, this is gonna be fantastic, and I want to tell the one and only producer, let's go to a message, please.
Take it away, producer.
Why did you decide to dress like this today? This is not even your flag that you're wearing.
You like it? I dress for Memorial Day.
Sweetheart, it is not Memorial Day. It is Independence Day.
I didn't care too much for that movie. I think Men in Black was better.
You know what? Never mind.
Why aren't you dressed in your American clothes?
I'm not a patriotic person.
It is not what you do for your country. It is what you did with your country. Wait, was that right?
Yes, that was actually perfect. I can tell you've been watching that Captain America After Dark show.
It is Mr. America After Dark. If you look for that guy trouble, he will give you double.
he actually has enough trouble of his own. This guy goes to the clubs at night, committing all kind of financial sins.
It's a lie. My God will punish you.
And then Mr. Murray, from that financial sins show, he liked to dress up as the Money Mantis. And then he goes right in the club after him and takes him down for those financial sins that he be committing.
Thunder fire you.
Man, outstanding commercials and outstanding shows, man. This is why, my brother, I love the all-black media with Julius Hall and Mr. Charlie Brown, two of the most powerful intellect, discrimination, definition, detention guys I ever know. So stick with those brothers. So we are back, my folks, with America After Dark, a.k.a. Bernard Brown Razor. We've been asking him some tough questions. He got emotional at one point when he talked about his dear beloved Tanya Bear, but she rest in peace. He told y'all about how he is. He told you about how he became America. So we're going to keep this interview and going, my brother, if you don't mind, because I got to catch a flight back to D.C. so I can help Biden change to his underwear. So, question for you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
If I give you Academy Award, can you see it, my brother?
Yeah, I can see it.
If I can give you Academy Award, would it be for the outstanding asshole that you is, or would it be because you're unfiltered, unapologetic, brass, and open mic, cocky, and just downright with no spirit in you? So if I give you this Oscar, tell me what it be for. What would that Oscar be for if you decide to receive an Oscar?
Mr. West, that's a good question, and I'm going to break it down to you. And like you started off, I am unapologetic, unfiltered, unbelievable, real, outspoken, very controversial, cocky, very arrogant, beast mode, funny as hell. All that's why I will get that Oscar for right there, because what you see is what you get, and what you don't see, you won't get it.
That's what I'm talking about, my brother, because it seems to me everybody got you all wrong. They don't talk about the good things that you do. Always hyping on all that negativity, and I see you trying to get away from that negativity.
Yes.
So let me segue into this next question. You took in 2 girls and 1 boy that's not even related to you, my brother. Just giving them a helping hand. People don't see that soft side of America After Dark. So tell us a little bit about that soft side and who you get that soft side from. I know you said that you remained tough because your daddy wanted to pull the plug on you because he didn't want to run up the electrical bed when you was in that ankle bed. So do you get it from your mom? Tell us about that soft side and that giving that you so eloquently display as a humanitarian throughout your life.
Well, Mr. West, man, I the way you, man, I ain't never had an interview like this before in my life. The way you just using these big words, man, and you, like I say, man, to pick the right person. And you see this young lady right here. This is my mama. This is why I get the soft side for. And I want to explain to not only you, but just the audience itself. Everybody that's making comments, I appreciate it. I thank y'all. But I do have a soft side. I'm not always an asshole. I took in my little niece. I took in her kids. I took in my nephews, and I took in one of the. Not all people don't know this. I took in a young lady. Her name was China. I took her in when she was in high school. She played basketball for me at Pebblebrook, and she didn't have no place to stay, and I took her in. I've been taking care of her since she was 18 years old. She's 27, and Brandy 27. Those are my babies. Those are my daughters, man. They, I love them to death. They've been with me ever since my wife died. They've been with me, Mr. West. And I remember when I had to go down there to LaGrange, Georgia, where my daughter was at She went to college, played basketball, and her and China was down there because China went down there with her, and I had to, you know, tell her that her mama passed away. And my great neighbors, man, they great neighbors, you know, went with me. I got a big heart. I put a lot of kids, you know, through college. I coached for 27 years. I gave my heart and soul to the Marietta community, Atlanta community, and just Swanee community. I just gave, man, Jim, Mr. West, I'm sorry. I done give so much, man, that I'm just tired. It's like, I'm like this. I can tick a licking and keep on ticking. But man, you get to a point, man, you be like, man, I'm just tired. I'm just tired of always being the bigger person in the house. And I'm a quote what Shannon Sharp grandmama told him. If you the biggest person in the house, that means you need to stop hanging out with little people. You know what I'm saying? I give everything I had to Pebblebrook, Sperryberry, Furtar, Cal, Primetime AAU, Georgia Cross AAU. I give everything, man. And one thing about God don't mind for you questioning him. God don't mind you getting mad with him. And I always say, man, why good things happen? Why bad things happen to good people? It's not about why bad thing happen to good people. It's just life. And I mean, like I said, I don't care what people think about me. I really don't. I don't lose no sleep on nobody what think about me. At the end of the day, I did what I had to do to take care of my wife. I did what I had to do to take care of my girls. And I did what I had to do to take care of the community that I grew up in 42 years here in Atlanta, Georgia. And matter of fact, it's like, Mr. West, before I left to come up here, I did everything I could with Savannah, Georgia. I gave back. I used to be a football coach in Savannah, Georgia. I played ball. I'm just, like I said, people, it's like misunderstood. They got misunderstood. But Mr. West, I have never, ever heard anybody say any negative, bad thing about me. And that's what I live for.
I tell you, my brother, you the Marcus Garvey, the Thurgood Marshall of bravery, my brother. A lot of people don't know all this about you. And back in the green room, Ike told me about one of those emotional moments when he stated that he went with you to I think it was LaGrange College, and that your daughter was a freshman at the time when your wife passed away, and he went with you to LaGrange to break that news to your daughter. One of the toughest moments in your life that you had to face, and you face it with courage. You stare down the barrel of courage. And I just want to say, my brother, hey, I don't know you, but at the same time, just by this interview and some of the things I heard about you, my brother, you keep on pushing forward, my brother. You keep on being the Harriet Tubman of your community, and keep on pushing, my brother, because people love you. You can be a tough, hard, you know what, at time, but people love you. Yeah. And speaking of being tough, I know some of these questions coming up, it might be a little too tough for you, but if you're willing to answer these questions, my brother, I definitely would appreciate it. Some people now, and I just want to emphasize and clarify and memorize and to testify on some people. Some people say that you're hard to live with and you're just hard to deal with, my brother. So do people have to follow your rules in your house, or can they have an open, free mind to speak freely?
Well, that's a very important question. I'm glad you asked me that, Mr. West. But let me tell you right now, this is my damn house. If you staying in my house, you go by my rules. I don't care if you paying rent or whatever. This is my damn house. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm gonna make sure you're not gonna fail on my watch. You may fail outside here, but as long as you under my roof, you're gonna work. You're gonna do what is right. You're gonna take care of your kids. You're gonna take care of yourself. You're going to become somebody. You're going to work hard. And at the end of the day, if you don't like it, get your ass out my house. And that's just the way I am. I'm like, I'm saying things that my mama told me. And one thing mama ain't had to tell me, James. Mama ain't had to tell me, Mr. West, that you know, she didn't have to break it down to me like that. Because I was a mama's boy. I loved my mom. I was in love with my mama. I ain't never wanted to leave my mama. And the first person that ever made me leave my mama was Tanya Bell Brown when she cooked that good old meal for me. And I went out and said, Mama, I'm about to get me an apartment. And I went out there and got me an apartment, and then it was like bang, 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 bang. Woo! Lord have mercy.
Blow your head off.
Blow your head off. I had a moment. I'm sorry,
Hey,
I had a moment, Mr. West.
Hey, no problem, my brother. You know, some of my brothers in the Gaza Strip in the West Bank, they feel you all the way, my brother. So I understand you wholeheartedly.
I had a moment.
You had a moment. You had a moment. And from what I was told, my brother, you always having a moment. And speaking of always having a moment, I got a tough question for you right here. If you can answer, if there's no big problem.
Nah, I got a tough answer.
You can give me 2 minutes to clarify and to crystallize and to miraculize on this question that I'm about to ask you, my brother. Do you need anger management counseling? Because the word on the street say you need it. Now, before you answer that question, I want to read a statement here, my brother, a statement that I received off the ticker from you. And here is that statement, America, to America. I want to apologize for my outburst on Wednesday night show. I respect our viewing audience for supporting our shows. If my mama was alive, she would beat my ass for going off the way I did on the show. Once again, I apologize to my colleagues and all the wonderful people around the world that watch our show. Love you and be safe. Now, this is your statement, my brother. Do people have to come at you and attack you for no reason? Or, my brother, is it justifiable because you're a humanitarian, you're a good guy, but at the same time, my brother, like Shannon Sharp, I want to know, do you need anger management classes?
Well, Mr. West, you know what I'm saying?
That's the word on the street. People want to know.
Well, that's it's like this here. My my daughter, I tell her she's everything to me. She said the older I get, the more moody I am, the less I like to talk, and I'm mean. I say things. I come off wrong with the people, and let me tell you something, Mr. West. If you don't
take your time, my brother.
If you don't been what I done been through, if you ain't never walk in my shoe, well, I went to see my wife weighed 195 pounds, and when I buried her, she only weighed 55 pounds. I washed her hair. I cleaned up everything when she was messy. I gave her shots. I did everything in the world and still had to take care of my child, get her ready for school. Nobody helped me. Nobody didn't know what I was going through because my business is my business. And my wife was a proud woman. I wouldn't let nobody come see my wife, not her own family. My wife, I don't want to let people see my wife the way she is. No. Hell no. So at the end of the day, I am who I am. So until you do the shit that I did, I don't care what nobody say, Mr. West. No damn body. Period. And that's my moment.
Well, you don't
ask me no question like that again, Mr. West. I ain't trying to be mean now. I'm being honest.
You very passionate about that question, my brother. So I got another question for you because you're so passionate about it.
Man, you're making me cry, man.
and I know you love people. So what do white people need to do to be America's friend? Or do America need friends?
You know what, Mr. West? Let me say this thing. I want to break something down. That's a good question. I'm glad you asked me that, because I want to make sure that everybody in this world understand what I'm about to say. I have never in my life was mistreated by anybody white. I have never in my life had argued with anybody that's white. And that's go from woman, man, or whatever. My best friend in the world is white. Okay, I don't have a problem with white folks. White folks don't have a problem with me. Period. I love them just like they love me. When I was breaking down and couldn't go no way and I'm crying and all that, those white folks from Crawford Long Hospital came and took care of me and my wife. At the end of the damn day, I ain't got no problem with no white folks in this country, but one person, that's Donald Trump, because he's an evil man. But when it comes to me and my family, the way Mark and all of them took care of me and Brandy when we didn't know where we were gonna turn to, because she lost her mom and I lost my wife at the middle of basketball season. Man, I ain't got nothing bad to say about white folks. Nothing that people that I deal with, period. And that go from little kid ever. Like I say, my best friend in the world, he's white, his name Floyd. That's my boy. I love him to death. And we've been friends for about 40-something years. Met at Savannah Bank. So when people come to me and talk about white, man, I don't want to hear all that. Stop putting problems. Stop. I'm like this here. Stop always accusing the white man or the white woman for y'all problem. There's some rotten ass folks out there. And who don't like what I say, it is what it is. And if you don't want to tune in to the show because I say that, then it is change the damn channel. Change the channel. Period. I got more praise. Look, Jay, let me tell you something, Mr. West. If I needed $1 million right now, I can go to Mark, white man, and ask for it. If I need $1 million right now, who on the other side or other color, who I'm gonna go to? You. Ain't nobody else. So they should shut the fuck up. Excuse my expression.
Thank you, my brother. That's why I want to throw that question out there, because I was told that you didn't like Trump. So I'm glad you cleared that up, and it's only Trump, and that you love everybody. And I heard about your friend Floyd. You've been best friends for a long time. He's a good kid. So thank you for clearing that up. But we're going to lighten the mood a little bit with another serious question, because you did state that Mr. West, and that's me, can ask anything. So back in 2021, there was an incident down at the Marriott Hotel. I'm not going to give the location, but it was an incident at the Marriott Hotel that someone kind of got a little delusional on your watch. And I don't want to be all up in your business, but I want to be all up in your business. Can you explain, and I don't know if you know what I'm getting at, but it was almost an apparent overdose on your watch. Can you explain that incident to America?
Mr. West, I said everything you asked me is you know.
And it's an all-exclusive interview, my brother.
Yeah, it's an exclusive interview. So can I explain myself or what happened?
Thank you.
Okay, it was this young lady, not calling her name. I was with this young lady and we was having a good time. And I was staying at the courtyard in Savannah, Georgia. And we got wild, drinking, smoking and everything like that. And we just had a good time, man. She was something else, Mr. West, man. Mr. West, she was so fine and so beautiful. I went and brought 10 dozen of roses for her mama.
Whoo, boy, she must have was a bad mama jamma, my brother.
Hey, I went to get roses for her mama, Mr. West. I said, where your mama at? Mr. West, I took the rolls. Her mama was at the laundromat, and I said, "Baby, take this to your mama."
Boy, I tell you, boy, it sounded like she was at on One Price Cleaners.
Nah, she was at Two Price Cleaners. but what happened was, and man, you getting personal, man. You getting really personal.
Yeah, I had someone wanted me to ask that question because they said that you was all hoes Bob. You didn't care what the questions were.
Yeah.
So I want to throw that out to one of your audience.
So this would happen. Me and her got together, and we was seeing off and on. We were seeing each other. So what happened was, it was one of those nights that I didn't know I stopped to the gas station, and I didn't know who was coming up, and I guess she got some cocaine or whatever. And you know what happened. So we went to the room, and I just my first time ever even dealing with something like that. I didn't know. All I wanted to do was make her happy. She could ask me for $1 million at that time. I would have given it to her. You know what I'm saying? so Mr. West, you know how it is when you got a little young, little funky thing, and I just was all in emotional, and I was just wild. I ain't gonna lie, I just got wild. I mean, I was wild for the money part, for just everything. I was just wild, and so we went in the room, and she actually
sounded like y'all was having a good time.
Yeah, we having a good time, and she almost overdosed.
Wow.
So she had put in the tub, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like, oh Lord, I'm gonna be on the news. Coach Brown got arrested in Savannah, overdose and all that. And she at the moment, I ain't gonna Mr. West. At the moment, she was making me feel good. I ain't giving a damn about all that. I was like, make me feel good. We
was giving you a Holly Berry moment, my
man. That little thing, boy, she was something else. Woo!
Hey, and that's why I want to ask these tough questions, because a lot of people just think one way about America. They don't know his past, don't know what he's been through. Yeah. And I'm glad you just laying it all out.
Right, I'm just laying it all out, Mr.
You're laying it all out on the table. So
what happened was, after this, I put in the tub. She ran water, whatever, and after it, so the next morning, I got everything out of there, and I took her ass home. I was like, dropped her off and everything. Boom! I did 100 leaving Savannah, Georgia. I'm like, man, I opened that window, I threw all that shit out that window, and I was gone. So my dad said, Bernard, where you at? Where you at? I said, man, I'm heading to Atlanta, man. I ain't gonna lie, Mr. West. Mr. West, I was scared as hell, man. I was scared, and then I didn't know what was going on, because that was my first experience. I mean, I'm crazy wild, and I asked my brother, I was like, James, I said, man, this what happened. I said, what was going on? He said, what you did was, you instead of you bringing her down, you was bringing her up with that Hennessy and all that, and just one of those things. But thank God everything worked out. She told me when I came back down, she said, "Nah, baby, it wasn't nothing you did. It was like, it was just one of those things." And I said, "Okay." And once she told me that, it was okay, then I went in and we went in the room, and I bang, 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 bang again.
Boy, I tell you, hey, you deserve an Academy Award for that.
I did. I was scared as hell, Mr. West,
because I know that felt like a movie.
Oh man, hey,
I'm glad you was honest enough to just explain that. Man, this is a hot interview, man, with all the questions. I really do appreciate you asking the questions, man. So on this next question, my brother, I want to turn the lights down on this one. I want to turn the lights down on this one and give you a moment of reflection. I want to ask you a question. Okay. Tell me about this beautiful relationship between you and your daughter.
Whew, man, that's when my wife was pregnant with Brandy, and I used to always rub my wife's stomach and talk to her and talk to Brandy and talk to Brandy and talk to Brandy and talk to Brandy and just my wife told me, say, hey, you gonna raise this one. And Man, me and her was already locked in before she even came in this world. And so she was born at Northside Hospital, Mr. West. And we was in room 222. And, you know, Tanya was getting ready to have her and everything. And when Brandy came out, she came out crying. And when I said, hey, there go my baby, and talk to her, she hushed. Because she already recognized my voice. And me and Brandon have been locked in ever since. I mean, that's my heart and soul. That's my number one critic. That's my number one fan. I listen to God, and I listen to her. She had a fantastic, amazing basketball career. We did it together. Even when she was look, she had a basketball in her hand, Mr. West, when she was 2 months old. We tried tennis, we tried all that, but man, this girl was fantastic. I mean, 2025, she would definitely be going in the Hall of Fame at Pebblebrook High School. That's no question. She's got her own company. But don't get me wrong, she had a little ups and downs and dealing with the law and all that. And but I am so proud of her. We locked in together. And we're gonna be together forever. She the only one can calm me down. She the only one can tell me about my ass. She the only one I never could argue with. Is Brandy Way or the highway, and that's my best friend in the world. That's the greatest daughter that I ever had in my whole life. Is only her. And we just locked in, man. When every time I leave somewhere or go out of town, I be wanting her to come back and see my daughter. And that's how locked in we is, man. I call her, and when I'm in the house, when she in the house, I turn my phone off. When I'm in the house, she turn her phone off. If I'm out of town, we keep it on. We just locked in for the rest of our life. I love her to death. That's my baby. That's my heart and soul. That's my everything, man. That girl, she saved me and I saved her. And she got a heart of gold. And I tell her, I said, man, boy, anybody hurt that woman, I know where I'll be at. Cobb County Jail.
Well, thank you, my brother. I didn't want to get it too emotional, but I just wanted to ask you about your daughter because I heard she was such a beautiful person, and also heard when she was at, from what I was told here, when she was at LaGrange, if her mom would never passed away, she would have been in the WNBA now, probably on her last season, probably 10 to 15 years on her last season.
Yeah.
So, but that's here or there. I'm glad she's doing okay, and I'm glad you supporting my brother because you are a freedom fighter, my brother, and I want you to stay strong. Another question for you, my brother.
Yeah.
I have a genie bottle. I don't know if you can see it.
Hey, Mr. West, can we go on a break?
Okay, well, I'm gonna hold this genie bottle until we get back.
I appreciate it
because this is a powerful bottle, my brother, and I want to get your clarification, your manipulation, and your contestation about this bottle.
Yeah, I want to go on a break so I can wash my face and get myself together. Miss Producer,
together, my brother.
Appreciate it. We got a couple more questions. I thank you for tuning in. I want everybody for share. Saturday Night Live. We're going to be here another maybe 20 minutes, and then we're going to head to the airport to South Beach. I love y'all. Thank you, Mr. West. Hey.
See you after the break, my brother.
See you after the break.
Welcome back. Welcome back. My name is Kanye West, and I'm interviewing America After Dark. It looked like he went and took him a little small wine break, or he could be wiping his tears because he got very emotional with all these questions that I had for him. But I want to thank my brother for staying strong, standing in there, taking all the tough questions. He didn't run from it. I gave him some really tough ones, even the last one about that little hotel incident. He didn't back away from it, and that's what I love about my brother. He stands strong. Even talked about the little situation he had on the show the other night and apologized. I read his prepared statement that he gave. It was authentic, clear, and precise. And so just by knowing this brother on the show, I'm going to have to say I believe him. I believe him. And he was sincere in that letter. But no further ado, here come my America After Dark.
Hey, thank you, Mr. West.
Razor.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. We got a couple more questions for me.
Got a couple of more questions for you, then I'm gonna turn it back over to you. But I just want to thank you for flying me in and having me here, my brother. It's been exciting just asking you all these questions and just getting to know you and getting to know those two young ladies in the back of you. Now, right before the commercial break, I had this genie baller. And my question is with this genie baller, within this baller, for me, is peace, love, and soul at the end of the night. What would be in your genie baller late at night? And we talking after midnight, my brother.
It will be nothing but some P-Valley, Mr. West. Some P-Valley. Yeah. That's all it would be in that genie bottle. Look at that. You see when we almost blanked out? Hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Mr. West. And this is God hearing truth. Flat out. I'm going to say something that people are going to think I'm a damn fool. I haven't had sex, Mr. West, in 2 years.
How many years?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years. And that's 2 years.
That's a good thing, my brother.
Yeah.
That means you're saving yourself for the right person.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, I talk all that, I'm gonna do this, and I ain't doing nothing, Mr. West. It's like this here. Sex don't make me. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be with one woman that I can spend the rest of my life with. That's it. And to then, I just wait on God to send me that woman. And for me to say that, Mr. West, and this going around the whole world, and I'm not lying, it's the truth. I mean, at the end of the day, it's been 2 years, and it could be 2 more years. It don't matter to me. I just want love. I want somebody to give me the same damn love and treatment that I gave them. And if for me to hold myself for the next person, then I'm good. I'm too busy to even to think about all that. You know what I'm saying? I got all these podcast shows. I got, hanging out. I got my company called Top Flight Sport Coach. I go AAU basketball. I do all that. So I don't have time to be worrying about my sex life. I don't have time for that. And for me, it just like 2 years, it went quick. It went quick. And so, and for first of all, for me, as the loving person I am, for me to say that, shit, hey, I don't care. Hey, it is what it is. And to the next person that I'm going to love, that's when I'm going to have sex to that person. And if it happened and happened, it don't, then hey, I'll go be with my wife, rest in heaven, and it is what it is.
I tell you, that was really heartfelt, my brother. And let me ask you this: do you believe in love?
Do love believe in me?
That's deep there.
Yes.
That's deep. That's deep, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's deep. The only thing I can say off of that one, because my brother backstage, Ike, who brought me in here, me and him was discussing love, and he told me that you was a love person. So
yeah.
And he told me to just give a countdown. So I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna give a countdown, and I'm gonna do what Brother Ike told me to do. And
Yes,
you can
sir.
join in. You can join
Yes,
in if you know where I'm going at with this.
Yes,
so here
sir.
you go.
Yes,
1, 2, 3. When you
When
think,
you think
of
of
love, you make me
love,
want to
you make
lose
you
my
want to lose your
mind.
mind.
Yeah.
Raise the roof, Mr. West.
Ooh,
Raise the
when
roof,
you
Mr.
think
West.
of
Raise
love,
the
you
roof,
make
Mr.
me
West.
want to lose my mind. Yeah. Man,
Hey,
thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother, for showing up for this interview, man.
I appreciate it.
Man, it was enlightening. It was
Yes.
clarification. It was harmonization. It was
Yeah.
dissertation, verification,
Yeah.
acceleration, and simulation. And I appreciate it. And my last question for you tonight, my brother, I want to end it on a positive note.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate all the emotion that came at you with all the questions. I even appreciate you with all the tough questions. I was just telling your audience when you disappeared for a second, I figured you went to wipe the tears or to get you a break during the commercial break. But when you came back, I was just telling the audience about all these good things that took place within this interview. So I appreciate you, my brother, for having the patience, having the knowledge, and having the honesty and the respect throughout this whole interview for about an hour and a half. And I'll be glad to come back to do this again, my brother. So my last question of the night, do you believe in the Lord?
Oh, man. Man, that's I'm glad you said that for last, Mr. West. Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about my God. I ain't saying about nobody else's God, Mr. West. Let me tell you about my God, my inspiration, my heart and soul, my one God that saved my life.
Amen.
My God that I was at my lowest and he brought me back to my high.
Yes, sir.
My God is the number one person in my life. Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior.
That's it, my brother.
He everything to me and then some. I talk to him 24/7. 24/7. That's why I don't care what people say about me. I don't care when people don't like me. I don't care what people saying that I'm unapologetic, unfiltered, unbelievable, unfortunate, real, outspoken, very controversial, cocky, very arrogant, beast mode, funny as hell. You know why? Because God the only one judge me. I don't give a damn about nobody else. I love my God. And when God take me home, man, I'm going to have a smile on my face because he know, you know why, Mr. West?
Why, my brother?
Because he know I'm a good man. He know I've been a good father. He know I've been a good husband. He know I've been a good brother. He know I've been a good granddaddy. He know I've been a good friend. He know I've been a good coach. He know I've been a good hot tech. He know I've been. So who don't like it? I want y'all to share. And that's who I am. God is number one in my life. He taking care of me. And I'm blessed.
Thank you, my brother. It's been a wonderful interview. I had a great time interviewing you. Anytime you want me to come back, you know my number. Give me a call, 777-9311.
Yes.
Hit me up, and I promise you, my brother, if I can't make it there, I'll beat you there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good night. I'm going to go get Ike.
Yeah.
Sit down and talk to him for about 2 seconds. But I appreciate the interview. Wonderful interview, my brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Mr. West. You got a lot out of me, man. You had me crying the whole show. I'm a very emotional person. I'm a very passionate person. I'm passionate what I do, and I want to thank you for taking your time out to come interview with me. I bless you. Take care of your family. Take care of your wife. Take care of everybody, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. From A to Z, man, you've been affirmation, but clinication, calculation, disintegration, electrification, portation, and generation. Thank you, my brother.
I appreciate it, Mr. West. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for being here tonight, Saturday night. I want to thank y'all for always supporting our Black media. I want to thank y'all. Share this to every platform in the world. I never wanted to get this emotional, but he brought it out of me. So I hope y'all had a better understanding of who I am. American After Dark, a.k.a. Bernard Brown, a.k.a. Razor. I got a lot of personality. I want to thank the one and only, my main man, my brother, the CEO of our Black Media Network, to give me this platform to be who I am. I want to thank Mr. West for giving the great interview. I love y'all. I thank y'all for all y'all comments. I'm going to address them personally. I will address them through your email box. I thank y'all. I appreciate everything y'all have done for me in this platform. Y'all keep on watching me. Y'all keep on. Hey, I'm the best comedy show in American history. Like I said, I am the one and only America After Dark Saturday Night Late Show with Bernard Brown, James Brown. We the Brown brothers, and we appreciate it. And hey, what's up, boy? What's up, Judge?
Hey, man, I was backstage watching the show. That was a great interview, boy. Woo-hoo. Man, boy, he asked you some tough questions, boy.
Yeah, man.
I was on pins and needles with some of those questions, man. I didn't think you was gonna answer them, but hey.
Yeah.
I like Mr. West. He can use some big words. I don't know what the hell he's saying, but hey, man, that's Mr. West.
Mr. Westman, he been saying some words. I had to get out the dictionary. I was in the bathroom reading the dictionary trying to figure out what he was saying.
Man, you know I was over there laughing. I didn't know what he was saying. But like he said, he knew.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank Mr. West. I want to thank the one and only, my baby brother. I love him to death. He always been there for me, always been there for Brandy, always been there for Tanya, always been there for my mama, my family. You got a heart of gold, man. You my hero. You my hero, bro. Man, I love you to death, man. We always was locked in. We always were locked in. And I appreciate you for taking your Saturday night to be with me. And we got to hit that plane in the next hour. And I'll see you in Miami, brother. I'll see you in Miami.
Hey, Mr. West said he gonna meet us there.
That's it.
Hey, he said he was gonna meet us there. I asked him I said, how you gonna get there? Guy, when he told me. Man, he said he was going to collocation, the messagation, the medication, or the convocation, the convocation. I said, I'll see you in Miami, Mr. West.
Hey, there you go. Hey, my brother, I'll see you in Miami. Hey, I'll meet you at the airport. We out of here. Thank you. Great show. I love y'all.
You deserve it, my brother.
Hey, there go to Oscar. Mr. Producer, take us out.
Like this.